distribution. I'm going to give you some demonstrations that I see a lot of my online students doing wrong. It gives them either a high or a low ball flight, but also gives them massive inconsistency in the quality of their ball striking. I'm also going to be showing you my golf swing and how I move to kind of hopefully you can learn a couple of things and get better at ball striking, but then also get a bit more of a consistent flight pattern off your shots. I'm going to be using the Ballon insoles, which you may have seen on the channel before. It gives us a fantastic kind of heat map and indication as to where the body weight is set up throughout the backswing, top of the swing into the transition, which is key, and then where you are at impact. Now, a couple of case studies here I'm going to demonstrate from a couple of clients that I've got overseas. One in particular who was kind of very, very back foot orientated and hitting the ball too high. Now how that looks is kind of as you'd expect it to see, the type of player that hits a shot and stays very much on the back foot. This trail foot doesn't move up onto the tiptoe. If anything, the heel is still very much on the ground. So as you can see from this demonstration, the body weight never really gets across into that front side. Actually, during the swing, from a decent setup position, we move kind of 60, 70, 80% into the trail foot. We shift a little bit in that transition, but as we come into impact, again, we kind of stay at 60, 70, 80% on that trail foot as we're coming into impact. As you could probably imagine, if you start, and again, I'm going to look at this from a logical perspective, if you start with your body weight at 50-50, but then you come back in with your body weight at 70-30 on the trail side, you can imagine that your center, which is the 50-50 point where the club is hanging directly down from the middle of your body, if we move the body weight back, then the golf club follows here and we bring the ground into play, or for those golfers that maybe top it. It's also important to know if you top it or thin it very, very often, you could also be in this position as you're coming into impact, because your club could have landed without hitting the ground and it could be working its way up as it comes into the golf ball and obviously tops it. So really important to understand where your fault actually lies. Now, growing up, I was taught, and maybe depending on what age you are watching this video, we were often taught swing to the top, get the body weight into the trail foot, transition into the lead, and then rotate through. Now, the instruction of the golf swing has changed quite dramatically from there. And also, if we go back to the era of Jack Nicklaus, Ben Hogan, they didn't really do that. They created really big rotational backswings, but actually allowed this lead foot to work upwards during the swing. So body weight actually stayed relatively neutral. They created a big rotation and very Pete Cowen-esque. They very much kind of spiraled upwards into the golf swing, as opposed to allowing the lateral movement from side to side. And I think that's one of the really key things that we can learn from golfers of different generations, making sure that, and you can also see the golf swing hasn't changed that much, considering how much technology has obviously improved and changed. So for that golfer in particular, I wanted to try and merely make sure that we get the sensation that the chest is rotating up to the sky. And as a result of that, we got him away from rotating the chest over the trail foot. So I said to him, let's rotate the chest, pointing it up to the sky. Now the body weight feels a little bit more neutral. What you're going to be able to do now is you rotate that chest back down over the golf ball. Two things happen that are really important. You maintain posture, but you also shift and move that body weight into the lead side. If we turn into the backswing and we get that kind of lateral movement, side to side movement into the right foot, then we can get stuck there. Okay, and this is very similar to another player I had that actually did the complete opposite. So we go to the reverse pivot, where he hit really, really low shots because he kind of leant into his lead side during the backswing, and because he'd had probably the opposite sort of instruction or education, maybe through YouTube or anything, or maybe even a misinterpretation, you never know, where he was trying so hard to get onto his lead side, his lead shoulder would cover the lead foot in the backswing, and as you can see from the numbers here, getting really kind of left-sided, and then as you hit down on the ball, super steep, causing a super low ball flight, but also massive inconsistency in ball striking as well. So the drills I want you to try and do, first of all, you're going to get one arm, one hand on the club, trail arm, so right hand for right-handed golfers, and we're just going to swing up to the top of the backswing. You're just going to stop, let this right arm really detach itself from the body. Chest is feeling like it's pointing kind of more up towards the sky. Let that body turn, just feel, have a little bounce on your knees, make sure your body weight's in the center. Now as this club comes down, I want you to feel like your chest is going down as well over the golf ball. And as you do so, the body's just going to start to rotate. So that the hips are going to start to move more into that lead side. So when I'm doing this drill and I'm trying to make sure that I've got my right hand on and I'm trying to get that feeling that we're spiraling the body up to the top of the backswing, I'm able to kind of stay a lot more 50-50, okay? So I'm able to extend this right hip upwards as I do so. And therefore, as I'm doing so there, it keeps my body a lot more centered. Again, that play that kind of laterally moves into the right foot, you'll often see the trail hip move past this trail foot. Whereas if we get that spiral rotation upwards, this trail hip doesn't go outside of that trail foot. So we're encouraging a more centered rotation, which now as I bring the golf club back down and my chest more over the golf ball, it prevents any sort of early extension, but it also actually encourages that forward movement in towards that left side. So as I extend up into that right hip and move back down into the ball, my weight now goes 60-40 in my lead side. So I get that turn up and then down through there and into that left side as I finish. So it's a really key element to understand where the body weight distribution goes. We move into that left, right, into that trail side, we get stuck. We overdo it into the lead side, we get stuck. One creates a high ball flight, one creates a low ball flight, but they both create massive inconsistencies in your golf swing and your golf shots. You're never really going to be able to improve your performance. So often just try and feel that this chest movement helps you stay centered by rotating upwards as this right hip extends upwards and stays within your right foot. That drill, the one arm drill, is a really good one to kind of make sure you feel that you've got plenty of height and turn. And then the club works back down from there. So as you go up to the top, as that club works down, it makes it easy for you to get that transfer of weight into that lead side. I hope this video has helped. If you've got any questions on this topic at all, drop them down in the comments section below. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.